All right, so get this. We're diving into the world of Ettore Majorana,
Yeah.
this Italian physicist who just vanished in 1938.
Uh-huh.
And it's not just the whodunit that's got me hooked.
Right.
We're talking like genius-level intellect, whispers of top-secret projects.
Yeah.
Even hints of time travel. You ready for this?
It's a case where science and mystery, they just collide.
Oh, yeah.
You've got news articles, blog posts, academic papers, even some YouTube deep dives
Oh, wow.
into Majorana's life and work.
Okay.
It's a lot to unpack, but that's what we do, right?
Exactly. So who was this guy? I mean, besides being a physics rock star who apparently just
Right.
disappeared off the face of the earth.
Well, Majorana was born in 1906, and let me tell you, this guy was a mathematical prodigy.
Okay.
We're talking the kind of mind that could outcalculate Enrico Fermi.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Fermi, the guy who basically ushered in the nuclear age.
Right.
Majorana was that good.
Oh, he was in Fermi's inner circle, pushing the boundaries of theoretical physics.
Wow.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
Majorana was notoriously private, almost reclusive.
Really?
He'd often just toss out his work like it was nothing.
What?
Even though it was groundbreaking stuff.
So almost like he had this insane gift, but didn't quite know what to do with it.
Yeah, you could say that.
That's got to mess with your head.
It's a fascinating paradox, a brilliant mind that seemed burdened by its own potential.
Yeah.
And that complexity just deepens the mystery of his disappearance.
Okay, so let's get to that.
All right.
It's March 1938. What happens?
Majorana boards a ship from Naples to Palermo,
Okay.
leaving behind these letters that scream suicide note.
Oh, wow.
He even apologizes for the trouble he's causing.
Really?
But then,
There's a twist, right? I could feel it.
right, a telegram supposedly from him
Okay.
says he's coming back to Naples,
Uh-huh.
but he never shows up.
Oh, my gosh.
Poof, gone.
Hold on. So we've got letters hinting at suicide, a telegram that contradicts that,
Right.
and nobody ever found?
Nope.
This is already giving me chills.
It's a case that's fueled countless theories. Suicide, of course, was the initial thought.
Right.
But then you've got people saying he retreated to a monastery,
Oh,
maybe couldn't handle the pressures of his genius,
Yeah.
or even that he defected to the Nazis.
The Nazis. Whoa, that takes a dark turn.
Yeah.
What's the story there?
Well, Majorana visited Germany in 1933, right as Hitler was rising to power.
Uh-huh.
Some folks think he might have been drawn to their ideology or maybe saw the potential for nuclear weapons and got spooked.
So it's like, did his scientific knowledge become a burden?
It's possible.
Especially with what was going on in the world at that time.
Yeah,
That's heavy stuff.
it is. It's a theme that keeps popping up.
Okay.
Then there's the South American Trail. Witnesses claim to have seen him in Argentina years later.
What?
And get this, an Italian investigation in 2015 actually concluded that he was living in Venezuela
Really?
between 1955 and 1959.
Wait, so there's actual evidence he was alive after his supposed disappearance?
They used photo analysis,
Okay.
compared a picture of Majorana to a guy named Mr. Beanie living in Venezuela.
Uh-huh.
And there's always a but with this case.
Okay.
Even that evidence has been challenged.
Oh, no.
Some experts say the photos aren't conclusive and the witness accounts are shaky.
So even the most promising lead aches a dead end?
Pretty much.
Man, this is frustrating.
It is.
But you said there were even more theories.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what else could they come up with?
Well, remember how Majorana was a devout Catholic?
Yeah.
The monastery theory never really died.
Okay.
Some folks believe he sought refuge, maybe trying to reconcile his scientific mind with his faith.
Okay, I can see that a brilliant mind seeking solace and escaping the world.
Right.
Kind of a classic trope.
Yeah.
But you mentioned something about time travel earlier, right?
Ah, yes. Now we're entering the realm of the truly bizarre.
That's
Buckle up.
all right.
This one involves a guy named Rolando Palissa,
Okay.
who claimed to have built a machine capable of, well,
Okay.
pretty much anything you could imagine.
Anything. Okay, you have my attention.
Palissa claimed his invention could inoculate matter, heat it, transmute it, and even translate it,
Translate it.
which essentially means teleportation or time travel.
Okay, that's more than wild.
I know, right?
That's straight up sci-fi. But how does Majorana fit into all this?
Some people believe that Majorana was secretly involved with Palizza's project.
What?
Maybe even using the machine to travel through time?
No way.
It sounds crazy, I know, but there are these supposed photos and videos floating around
Okay.
of an older Majorana suggesting he might have jumped into the future.
Wait, there are photos? Are we talking like blurry Bigfoot-style evidence, or is there something more to this?
That's what we're going to find out.
Okay.
And to make things even weirder,
Oh, no.
there are apparently WikiLeaks documents that mention Pulitzer and his invention,
Wow.
suggesting that governments, specifically the U.S. and Belgium,
Okay.
were very interested in this technology.
Wow.
It's all very hush-hush, of course.
Okay, my mind is officially blown.
Yeah.
government conspiracies, time travel, a vanished genius.
It's a lot.
This is more than just a deep dive. This is a rabbit hole that goes straight through the center of the earth.
It's a rabbit hole worth exploring.
Oh, yeah.
But before we spiral too far down,
Okay.
let's take a step back and consider the impact of Majorana's disappearance.
Okay.
What does it tell us about the nature of genius?
Yeah.
The burden of knowledge and the choices we make when faced with the power of scientific discovery.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, it's like this giant question mark just hanging over the world of physics.
Yeah.
You've got this guy who was right there on the edge of like revolutionizing our understanding of the universe.
Right.
And then poof,
Right.
gone.
And it's not just that he was brilliant. It's like he could see the future of science.
Yeah.
Like with the Majorana fermion,
Uh-huh.
this particle that's its own antiparticle, he theorized it back in the 30s,
Right.
way before anyone else was even thinking about that kind of stuff.
It's mind-blowing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And now, decades later, the Majorana fermion is a huge deal in physics research.
Right?
It's like he was dropping these clues about the universe,
Yeah.
but then vanished before we could fully grasp their meaning.
Almost like he was playing a cosmic game of hide and seek
Yeah,
with the laws of physics.
exactly. And then there's his work on nuclear physics,
Right.
which, remember, he mostly kept to himself.
Yeah.
It's almost as if he understood the implications of splitting the atom, the sheer destructive power that could be unleashed,
Right.
and it troubled him deeply.
Makes you wonder if he saw the atomic bomb coming years before it happened.
It's possible.
Like, what if he decided to step back from the world?
Yeah,
Because he knew the dangers of what science could create.
that's chilling thought.
Yeah.
And it feeds right back into that whole theme of the burden of knowledge.
Right.
But okay, before we get too philosophical,
Yeah.
let's pull on a few of those threads we found in the research.
Okay.
Remember that 2015 Italian investigation we talked about?
Oh, yeah, the one where they used photo analysis to compare Majorana to that Mr. Benitez
Right.
in Venezuela.
Right.
What was the main takeaway from all that?
It was a flicker of hope, for sure.
Right.
But the core issue is that even the best evidence we have,
Mm-hmm.
that photo analysis remains inconclusive.
Okay.
It's tantalizing,
Right.
but it doesn't definitively prove that Majorana lived out his days in South America.
So another dead end.
Yeah.
But, when you're dealing with a mystery this big, every little clue, every dead end
Right.
just adds to the intrigue.
Absolutely. And speaking of intrigue,
Yeah.
let's circle back to that Rolando Polizza character
Okay.
and his alleged time machine.
Yeah.
It's a story that sounds like pure science fiction.
Yep.
But when you dig into it,
Uh-huh.
there's this surprisingly large amount of documentation.
Really?
Even these alleged WikiLeaks files.
Wait, you're telling me there are actual government documents about this time machine?
That's what they say.
Okay, I gotta know, what did they say?
Well, according to these documents,
Okay.
Polizza's machine wasn't just some crackpot invention.
Okay.
He claimed it could do 4 mind-boggling things.
Okay.
Annihilate matter,
Uh-huh.
heat it up to extreme temperatures,
Right.
transmute it into other elements,
Okay.
and get this,
Okay.
translate matter.
Okay, back up a second. Translate matter. What does that even mean?
Think teleportation
What?
or time travel?
Oh my God.
That's the level of technology Polizza was claiming to have.
Wow.
And apparently he even gave demonstrations of this machine to government officials and scientists.
Really?
Wild stuff.
So he could just make stuff disappear, heat things up like a super-powered microwave,
Right.
turn lead into gold,
Yeah,
and teleport things through time.
pretty much.
I'm not sure if I should be amazed or terrified.
A bit of both, maybe.
Yeah.
What's even crazier is that,
Okay.
according to these reports, the U.S. government offered Polizza $1 billion for his invention.
What?
$1 billion. And the Belgian government was also sniffing around, very interested in the potential applications,
Yeah.
especially as a weapon.
Weaponized teleportation.
Yeah,
Now that's a scary thought.
it is.
But hold on. If this machine was so powerful,
Uh-huh.
so sought after,
Yeah.
why haven't we heard about it before?
Well, that's the thing. Polizza apparently refused to let anyone use his invention for destructive purposes.
Oh, wow.
He wanted it to be a force for good for progress.
So we've got this mysterious inventor with this potentially world-changing technology.
Right.
Governments vying for control.
Uh-huh.
And somewhere in the middle of it all, a vanished genius.
Yeah.
It's like a spy thriller crossed with a sci-fi epic.
And this is where the Majorana connection gets really interesting.
Okay.
Some believe he was secretly working with Polizza,
Uh-huh.
maybe even using the machine to, well, disappear.
Okay, time travel is a pretty good explanation for a vanishing act.
It is.
But you mentioned photos earlier.
Right.
Are these like blurry pictures that could be anyone?
Well,
Or is there something more concrete?
There are these images, photos, and even some grainy videos that supposedly show an older Majorana.
Okay.
The theory is that he used the time machine to travel to the future, explaining why he was never found.
Right.
Of course, the authenticity of this evidence is highly debated.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, it's enough to make you wonder, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that these theories exist,
Uh-huh.
that there's this web of connections and documents and whispers,
Right.
it all points to a mystery that goes way deeper than we initially thought.
It's a mystery that forces us to confront the limits of our own understanding.
Yeah.
What if there are technologies at work in the universe that we're only just beginning to glimpse?
Right.
And what if Ettore Majorana, with his extraordinary mind,
Right.
stumbled onto something truly groundbreaking, something that led to his disappearance?
So what are we left with? A brilliant scientist who vanishes without a trace.
Yeah,
Whispers of secret projects and technologies that sound like they belong in a comic book.
right.
And a whole lot of unanswered questions.
It's a lot.
This is more than just a deep dive.
Yeah.
This is a full-blown existential crisis.
And that's the beauty of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
The mystery of Ettore Majorana isn't just about solving a historical puzzle.
Right.
It's about grappling with the unknown, about questioning our assumptions about reality itself.
Yeah.
It's about confronting the possibility that the universe is far stranger, far more wondrous than we ever imagined.
So where do we go from here?
Right.
We've explored the theories, dug into the evidence,
Yeah.
and entertained some truly mind-bending possibilities.
Uh-huh.
But the core question remains.
Yeah.
What truly happened to Ettore Majorana?
Right.
And what does his story tell us about the nature of genius, the limits of science,
Uh-huh.
and the enduring power of the unknown?
Those are questions that we'll keep wrestling with as we wrap up this deep dive.
Okay.
Get ready because things are about to get even more fascinating. You know, it's like as we piece together these fragments of Majorana's life,
Yeah.
it's almost as if he was trying to send us a message.
Yeah.
Like he saw the path of scientific progress
Uh-huh.
and thought, hold on, are we sure we want to go down this road?
It's like he's this ghost from the past whispering a warning about the potential consequences of
Right.
unchecked scientific ambition.
Exactly.
And it's not just about nuclear weapons anymore, right?
No.
We're dealing with AI, genetic engineering,
Uh-huh.
all sorts of technologies that could reshape the world for better or worse.
Absolutely. And Majorana's story becomes this cautionary tale.
Right.
This reminder that knowledge without wisdom
Yeah.
can be a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
It makes you think about the responsibility that comes with scientific breakthroughs,
Right.
the ethical dilemmas that scientists have to grapple with.
You mentioned the story of that American physicist
Yeah.
who supposedly went into hiding in a monastery,
Right.
maybe racked with guilt over his role in developing the atomic bomb.
Uh-huh.
I think that's a parallel to what might have happened with Majorana.
It's a compelling thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
This idea that a brilliant mind, burdened by the weight of his knowledge,
Right.
seeks refuge in a place of quiet contemplation.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what Majorana was searching for, a way to reconcile his scientific mind with his conscience.
So if we entertain the idea that Majorana chose to disappear,
Yeah,
that he deliberately stepped back from the world,
right.
what does that tell us about the nature of genius? Does it come with a certain awareness of the darker possibilities?
Maybe.
A sensitivity to the potential consequences of unlocking the secret of the universe?
It's a fascinating question.
Yeah.
Maybe some minds are just wired differently,
Okay.
able to see further down the road,
Yeah.
to grasp the implication of their discoveries in a way that most of us can't.
Right.
And maybe in some cases, that foresight becomes too much to bear.
I have to admit, a part of me wants to believe in the time travel theory.
I get that.
It's just so out there.
Yeah.
It satisfies that urge for a truly extraordinary explanation, you know?
Right,
But maybe the real mystery is that a mind like Majorana's
right.
could even exist.
Precisely, the real enigma might not be where Majorana went,
Yeah.
but who he was.
Right.
What drove him?
Yeah.
What did he see that we don't?
Right.
And what does it mean for us, the inheritors of his legacy,
Yeah.
as we continue to push the boundaries of scientific knowledge?
Well, here we are at the end of our deep dive.
Yeah.
We've gone through the evidence, explored the theories from the plausible to the utterly mind-boggling.
It's been quite a journey.
But the truth about Ettore Majorana,
Yeah.
still out there, shrouded in mystery.
And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved,
Yeah.
inviting us to keep questioning, keep searching,
Right.
and keep reminding ourselves that there are still wonders in this universe that we have yet to comprehend.
So what do you think happened to Ettore Majorana?
Hmm.
Did he choose to vanish a silent protest against the dangers of unchecked scientific progress?
It's possible.
Was he swept up in a clandestine world of secret projects and technologies beyond our imagination?
Maybe.
Or did he simply meet an unfortunate end, his fate forever lost to the currents of time?
We've given you the pieces of the puzzle.
Right.
Now it's your turn to put them together.
Okay.
And remember, the most compelling mysteries are often the ones that leave us with more questions than answers.
Until next time, keep diving deep, keep questioning.
Yes.
And keep that spark of curiosity burning bright. Because who knows what other enigmas lie hidden beneath the surface,
Right.
waiting to be discovered.